Hey, what's up everybody, it's Double S here, and I'll be doing a Revelations Prologue breakdown trailer. First we're going to watch the trailer we did yesterday, and then we are going to break it down. It's going to be a little bit different than yesterday's, though we won't be having still shots. Instead of that, we're just going to do like slow-mo shots, you know. So it's a lot better, and it's more visual for you guys. And also, I will be having a... within the next couple of days, probably. I don't have time to really process that video right now. It is my birthday. That's why I'm so happy to get this out at least. And I'm gonna have I got to film myself reacting to the trailer, and hopefully I'll have that up if I can edit the video properly. So I'll let you guys know on that. If I can't get it up, I apologize for getting that hype up. But we're gonna go ahead and watch this trailer, and then after that, we are going to break it down. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay, let's recap a bit, shall we? This was meant to be a new start, really. A perfect world. Free from all the evil that had corrupted each and every corner of the known and unknown universe. It was going to be a place of safety for the kids, the little yous. You little... Well, so far, so good. But things started to go wrong soon after you arrived. Now, I can understand your initial shock coming face to face with Maxis, especially after so long. But you did the right thing. You followed the plan. You brought the summoning key here, and you destroyed that bloody machine once and for all. Thing is, Maxis went and ballsed everything up.
Please, you must help me.
He heard voices, you see, calling to him.
Only together can we prevent the destruction of your world.
It wasn't really his fault. You know, he hasn't actually got his soul yet. All I got was a brain. Anyway, the key thing, as in the thing that is key, is that Maxis fiddled around with the summoning thingamajig and accidentally released an even bigger bastard. Someone even I didn't know was in there. The Shadow Man. The one and only original Harbinger of Doom. So, I'm going to be absolutely truthful with you. Things have got way too far out of control. This isn't any vague woo-hoo evil. We're talking about the Apothecons, the most powerful and evil entities in all the existences that ever existed. And now they're here, in our perfect world. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. It's a fucking shit show.
Alright, there it is, guys. That was the trailer, and I should probably have mentioned I'm doing this live, by the way. This is a live recording. I was watching that video as it was going, and the whole time my vocals were actually recording. So I'm at like 4.5 minutes on my recording for my vocals, and so yeah, this is pretty cool. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna review everything, and right from the beginning. And there's a lot of cool elements in this trailer that I really liked. I really liked it. So we'll go ahead and we'll start it off with you know, the Emperor, you know, blood, gore, drug reference, all that stuff, you know, and then it goes to black. Here's Monty talking. Let's recap a bit. And then right here we have a couple of good still shots of this house. This is really, really nice. You got a little bit sneak peek of the inside here, and we're heading up to the room here, and we got the kids in here. Look at that. Opening the door. Right there, you can see we have Samantha. We have Edward there on the left-hand side. Right there in the center, it's Takio. And judging by the way their faces look over here, you can clearly tell that the one in the white shirt on the right-hand side is Nikolai, and then Dempsey is the one in the blue. And I can pretty much get that because, you know, if you look at the structures of their face and you try to match them up, and the haircuts, of course, you can match them up directly with their adult counterparts. So you can certainly tell who they are. And also, if you look around this room, you got Fluffy in the background. Not many people have noticed that. It looks like they're doing a chalk drawing of the layout of a map. I can't really get the gist of what that map is there in the center, right underneath Tokyo, basically. It looks like a chalk outline of whatever map they're using. You got the mannequin there in the back left corner, the mannequin that's been like about every single map. We have the gramophone, the teddy bear, so technically the mystery box there in the background and near the window. We got the flower pot there too, and the candle you could see right next to the gramophone. So there is some importance to those items. And of course, it's not the flower pot from God damn it, from Grotkrovi, but it is a flower pot from Durazendra. So I think that's really interesting that you can see that there in the background. I can't really make out anything else in there. We have a yellow kind of, like, it looks like one of those things I used to play with as a kid, a little pickup truck kind of yellow thing there. And that's really, really interesting because that's probably what they use for the tank in Origins. So if I were to say anything about what's right there in the center, what the chalk drawing of a map is, I would say it's probably Origins at most. Oh, actually, no. Now I look at in Nikolai's hand, there's the tank right there. So I'll take that back about what that yellow thing is. We don't know what that is. Maybe it's the transit bus. Who knows? Trying to get anything else I can get from this. We can see that it looks like Dempsey is actually holding a doll of himself right there. I can't really see too much else in this photo. Well, not photo. It's a still. Well, it's a still for me. I'm looking at a still shot. You guys are looking at a slow-mo cap. So I'm not really seeing anything too much. Let's go ahead to the next scene. We hear the alarm going off there. Things start. Let's see. Our group arrives, and we get our first look at Max's, guys. Look at that. That is not what I was expecting him to look like. He must be a younger form of Max's. I was expecting like a little bit older, like a grandpa feel to him with the beard, of course. But we got that great shot of Max's and Richtofen giving a good hug. They are good friends. This is where I believe that Richtofen, I think he truly is trying to do some good. And even though his intentions might be evil through one person's eyes, I think he's just trying to do what's better for the entire world. So immediately you can tell Max starts hearing those voices from the Shadow Man there. He tries to dismiss them. And this is really cool right here. They're destroying the teleporter, guys. That is awesome. So they're not traveling to any more universes. This is the final universe they will be at. A universe in which it's basically a simulation within their minds, to say the least. This is Agartha. They're not traveling anywhere else. And apparently, I'm guessing this is Agartha anyway. Or at least it turns into the Agartha by the end of the trailer. But they're destroying the teleporter, thus destroying the time machine, any chance of them returning to wherever they're from. And as we continue, Max is sitting here on the chair, and he is definitely out of it. Of course, he hears voices, is what he says, and he's going towards the summoning tree. Look at this. And you can see it. The Shadow Man it seems like the Shadow Man is so powerful. He moved that towards Max's hand. So that basically indicates that the Shadow Man is actually one of the most powerful beings that we've ever seen in this game. even more. It seems like he's probably even more powerful than Dr. Monty, but we've yet to see the real extent of Dr. Monty's power. We know he can create the Perca-Colas, we know he can create the Gobblegums, we know he's created so many different elements, but you know, he just created so much stuff, and I guess he's an announcer too, I'm not sure, but it seems like the Shadow Man is way more powerful than we've ever expected to see. So that's really interesting. So let's go ahead and continue with the Now we just heard what Monty said. All he had was a brain of Max's. He never got Max's soul. He got his brain. That's it. So I guess Origins would be the true first map of this. Would it be a quadrilogy? Sexkilody? I don't know. So let's go ahead, and Max is releasing the soul, and it seems like Max's just disappears there. I'm guessing Max's got sucked into the summoning key, and we are left with the Shadow Man. This is really interesting. And I like that Monty calls him the Shadow Man as well. Monty doesn't call him a certain name. He just calls him the Shadow Man. That's what he's known as, the Shadow Man. There's no other man. Or there's no other name, sorry. So we see him floating. Harbinger of Doom is what Monty says. And he opens a humongous portal in the sky. So that's what the explosion was in the last trailer. We see a house crumbling. It's not the house. It looks like the church from Origins, in my honest opinion. Maybe that's how it got crumbled up. I'm just, you know, I'm reaching there, so it might be false. So there's another big explosion. We see all these, we see this teleport in. I guess that's a forest. I guess you would say that's a forest. And then we got a great image here, right here, of the four looking out the window, seeing the Shadow Man. That is a great image. If that was a poster, I would buy it. And then we have a Monty here in the front foreground. Monty, I like Monty because he kind of makes a little bit of a joke here. He's like, this isn't your ordinary vague woo-hoo magic. It's really, really interesting. He has humor. He's all seriousness, but he has this humor behind it, and it's really good. It is really, really good for his character. So now we're seeing this blue orb that we saw yesterday. And right here, we can actually see, yesterday I mentioned that skull in that video from yesterday, and I mentioned it might have been the Cosmic Silverback, and now that I'm looking at this creature right here, it's most definitely an Apothecon subject. So that was my secondary thought on what it was. So it's definitely an Apothecon skull, and that's really cool. So we might be seeing something to do with that. Maybe it's part, I'm guessing it's going to be part of the Easter egg, considering it looked like a ritual kind of area. The thing I don't really understand fully is, you know, the fact, you know, I'll talk about it at the end of the video if I remember. So let's go ahead. Let's press forward here. We can see inside of the this thing's mouth, he actually spits out the element that you get from the meatballs and or the parasites, and he spits out that green glob that you get to build the Apothecon Servant, which is really cool. So that tells me we might definitely see the Apothecon Servant in this map, which is really, really nice. So, and this is where we're going to upgrade. You know what? Now that I'm looking at this creature is the Apothecon Servant. I'm looking at it a little bit more in depth, and it's definitely the Apothecon Servant. If you look closely, it's a huge-ass version of it. So that's kind of cool. That's why it's spitting out this that glob, I guess. So that's really, really nice that we actually do get to see the Apothecon Servant. So maybe this is probably what Jason Blundell meant by it's able to be upgraded. So it opens a portal with that, and it opens a portal to Notch. You know, there's no doubt about it. You can look at this frame right frame here, and you can certainly tell that is Notch Ronto, and it's surprisingly they haven't bought that barrier to the stairs yet. Surprisingly, with that many zombies and they haven't opened the stairway. That's amazing. Good job on getting to whatever round you guys were on. So yeah, we see the zombies escaping Notch and coming apparently to the Revelations map area, and we see a good shot of them walking out of the house. Monty closes the door. I'm guessing Monty's staying in the house to protect the children, but we don't really know what his actions are fully. He could be a good guy. He could be a bad guy. There's several different theories out there on that, but for now I'm going to say he's neutral. He's not good. He's not bad. He's just trying to do the right thing. Just like Richtofen, he's trying to do the right thing, whether it's for the right reasons or not. So we're going to go ahead and continue. I think this is the last bit of trailer. Yep, and then we have the final close-up. So I want to talk about really quick what we see in this year. We obviously have a date of 9/6/16, so that's 2 weeks away. That's actually 1 week away from next Tuesday, and that's really awesome to know. And I can't wait. I really can't wait for this. It's confirmed that it's called Salvation. The Day of Reckoning is here. I like that. That's very nice. We got instead of having multiplayer people on the front, we have the 4 characters. It's really nice. We have Dempsey holding a dingo. We have MR6. We have the katana that we're probably never going to get to use. Hopefully Treyarch will listen to us and give us the katana in the last map. That would be so awesome. Instead of Takeo having a knife, he has a katana. He just pulls it out of his holster and slices the zombies. And then we have Nikolai, who has a shotgun, of course. It looks like the KRM, sorry. So that's really cool. Let's see. Let's look at the bottom of the little map. So it's confirmed that these aren't going to be all zombies maps, unless they are, and unless they actually just hid these as zombies maps. But it doesn't look like it, because the first one is it has a picture of a burger, so it's probably set in like California, Hawaii kind of feel to it. So yeah, and then the next one is Rupture, sorry. And to me, that kind of looks like it's a photo of Lab A kind of thing from Zetsubu Nishima, and in the background you can kind of see this light emitting from the bottom of the screen. So yeah, these are multiplayer. I didn't notice that underneath the maps it says multiplayer. The next one looks like a buried kind of feel to it. It's called Outlaw, of course, and that's why I say it's a buried kind of feel. And I guess you could say, to me, I wouldn't put it past Treyarch to put a Firing Range remake into this DLC. You never know. They haven't explained the map. The next one, and this one looks the most badass to me, in my opinion, in my honest opinion, anyway. It kind of reminds me. I'm kind of seeing a castle in the background. It reminds me of that photo from Durazin Draha of one of the 3 places. One of the 4 photos. One of them is a place. It's the third one you'd have to hit in the sequence for the Wolf Bow upgrade, and it kind of reminds me of that in a sense. But I could be wrong. That'd be a cool way to kind of incorporate zombies back in multiplayer, so that's kind of cool. And then yeah, that's about it. That's about all we can get from these photos. And we have Revelations, of course. It's not the moon there. It's the glowing blue orb. So, and that's the end of the trailer, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little breakdown. I'm gonna see if I can go back and see if I can see anything at all and include it later. But I think we pretty much got a good breakdown here. It's been 18 minutes. Surprisingly, the video yesterday was longer. I did more of a breakdown yesterday than I did today, I guess you could say. And I'm just like quickly going through the video here just to see if I missed anything. Okay, it doesn't seem like I missed anything, which is pretty cool. So yeah, guys, it's been Double S, and I hope you enjoyed this breakdown.